Not okay, that's how we roll. Digging deep, no self-control. Truths untold, we're on patrol. Not okay, but that's just fine. Press play now, it's podcast time.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're basically we are in the midst of kind of a reset, right? The podcast has kind of been going in every direction, and we don't really I don't feel like we ever really achieved an identity that was worthwhile with the podcast, like what the goals were and whatnot. And so we've kind of spent the last week or so putting together what the goals of this podcast are going to be and like what we want to accomplish. And for me, whenever I came up with this podcast, the thing that was most important to me was creating a space where people could talk about the things that they're struggling with, and not feel alone. To feel like you had someone you could vent to without necessarily being judged for whatever got you into that position or whatever the thing is, and just know that everyone is struggling. Everyone has different struggles. Maybe someone has the same struggle as you, and that you're not in it by yourself. And that was kind of the idea behind it. And I think we want to move toward that.
Yeah, and I think I think both of us too want it to be a little bit more interactive. We're trying to work towards that sort of in a way. We're doing different types of videos and more interviews, and as soon as we get some of these videos put up and stuff, have people answer, or comment and stuff like that on it, so we can start replying to some of those, just so that we can get, like I said, have a little bit more of an interactive back and forth between the people. Because, like you said, I think one of the biggest things that we're missing in today's social media world is personal interaction, which this isn't super personal or anything like that, but just to show that people that that these are trying times, and things are getting a little wild, but just like it says, we're not okay, but we all are not okay together.
Exactly. And I think in the long run, I think I would like to set up, like a Discord server and like maybe like a Reddit page where like people could talk about the things that they're struggling with. Me and Michael both have a history of things that we've struggled with in the past that are difficult, and we're both first responders now, and we see the struggles of people every day. And like I've seen people who don't have anyone that they can call on to just simply talk about the thing that they're struggling with and how much of a detriment that does on people's
I think one of the things that's crazy to me, and I'm sure you definitely have it, you see it too, is we get a lot of calls of old people that like I swear, like it is they always give some sort of, like, they're always like ranging excuses or whatever why they call the police, but it is almost always just get there and you start talking to them. They will talk to you for literally as long as you allow for them to talk to you.
They sure will.
And it's just they just wanted to talk to somebody because either their significant other passed away within years, and their kids or whatever have their own kids, and their kids have their kids, and they just don't have anyone else that's going to give them particular amount of time.
A lot of times what I see is like either their significant other has passed away, or like their kids have moved like out of state, and they don't get to see them anymore, and now they have this empty house that just
and they're just sitting there just watching I guess Murder, She Wrote or whatever old people watch, and then they just they just feel like they need somebody to come in and talk to, and we'll sit there and we'll talk to them for a little bit, but sometimes it's like, hey, we've been talking for an hour and a half. I have to go out and do other stuff. Like,
when
I'm so
when I was doing a lot of electrical work, I had a couple older customers that would call, and it was always something like, I need some light bulbs changed out, or like, can you check the batteries in the smoke detectors? And like, I was like, you go over there, and like they really just wanted conversation. Like,
it's so often, man, and I think we're getting that a lot too, because again, I know this podcast is sort of same sort of thing, or this and there's not direct back and forth,
right?
But I think that is a thing that happens because of social media now.
Yeah.
I think we putting out our message a lot, but we're not getting a lot of the message back as people.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what we want to do, which again, like, I guess that's sort of counterintuitive to this in a sense. But like I said, we're trying to build a community for this, just to let everyone know that, it's, the world's not okay, but we can do this together.
Yeah,
Whether if we are the same type of person, different types of people.
Yeah. And that's the big part of it is like people need a place where they can gather together, and like we forget how much we have in common with everybody a lot of times.
Yeah.
And we tend to focus on the differences.
Yeah.
And like here I want to focus on what makes us more similar than different.
Yeah.
Right. And
well, and to get past, and because my thoughts too is, and to get past some of our differences, because we've, especially in the last, I don't know, 5 years or so, we've had a lot of things that's made us as just people, not just me and you, but we've had a lot of things as a community of just humans that have separated us, because we have different opinions on whether if it's homosexual marriage. Different ways of handling the government, different ways of handling the money in the government, and just stuff like that. And so, but I think one of the things, like you said, though, is like a lot of the times, though, in those issues, we all have a common end part of it. We want to better our countries. We want to help people. We want to get food or money better distributed. It's just that we were not getting past the differences from it, and then we can't do anything about it.
We're so busy talking about each other that we don't work together on the common goals to get some stuff done. Right. Like, and I think this is going to be a great place. And I think the goal a lot is going to get people on here that we can interview. And like from different walks of life, from all over, people with interesting stories and just interesting lifestyles and like jobs and careers, and like have them talk about the things that they're struggling with. And so like, if there's people that see the episode and they struggle the same as that person, like they can see that they're not alone. Or like if we find somebody who's like a specialty in a field that everyone's involved in, it's like, here's some things that you can avoid. Here's some things that if this happens to you, how to help you get back up.
And and I think that's important too. And I think like you're saying, like, and just to say a couple of the thoughts that we were talking about with trying to get people on here, like me and you, we both have a history of working in church, and so we've got, and I think one of the I don't know if you call it amazing, but one of the cool things about a lot of the people, at least that we know, that had worked in the church, and some of the people that we were wanting to get on here, is that a lot of those people had some crazy, like, I guess even with us, like a lot of different types of job changes and a lot of different backgrounds before they worked in just the church, because I don't think we do often talking about that just in the different walks of life, is we forget that clerical people, whether they are in the church or maybe Muslim or Buddhist or any other religion or just the lack thereof, that they are all still people too. And just to get out there and just let people know that, again, that like we're giving you an opportunity to see these other sides, but also we want to give people resources.
Exactly.
To be able to get to also, because I think that's one of the most important parts of it, is like, again, just the getting back to the name and saying not okay, is that now, since we do recognize that we're not okay, what are we going to do about it?
And this is one thing that me and you have talked about a lot in the past, but like one of the things that made us get to the point where we're at now are the people that we've met along the way and the resources. Like, we both have friends who are very talented in all sorts of areas, right? And like, how do we provide that kind of like help to a community, right? Like, what, like, if you, whether or not you're trying to set up a podcast, whether or not you're trying to start a business, whether or not you're just struggling with a kid going through puberty,
which is a thing in itself.
It's a whole thing all by itself. Or it's just, I think that, to me, that brings me a lot of potential joy thinking about being able to have a place where, like, if you have a question, don't be afraid to ask it. And like, I hope people are honest and be like, I don't really know. Like, if they don't know, but like, just to allow people to know that they're not alone.
Yeah, I agree.
Is a big part of it. And we want to have a lot of fun on the way.
Oh, definitely, man.
I don't want this to be a negative podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't always want to talk about the bad or like,
Mhm.
I think with all of it, I think we need to look at the positive. We need to look at like the fun. We need to laugh together. We need to have fun.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping a lot comes of this.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the more important things of it too,
Mhm.
and maybe one of the things that me and you have done the best,
Yeah.
in our own personal lives is
Mhm.
is that like we've had some crazy bad stuff happen to us,
Yeah.
but I think we were talking about it the other day about just how bad things have happened to us,
Mhm.
but we don't really remember those things,
Yeah.
because we don't focus on them. Like
Yeah.
we focused on better parts of those, or
Mhm.
or at the very least things that we could have learned from those. Because
Yeah.
a good friend of mine, he Chip, I'll say his
Yeah.
name. He was one of the things that he told me, and I think he said he got it from his mom.
Mhm.
Is he said like every moment's a teachable moment.
Yeah.
And absolutely, and I as a FTO at work now, that's what I
Mhm.
try to tell people a lot.
Yeah.
Is that every one of the calls that we go on
Mhm.
is a moment that you can learn not only as a police officer,
Yeah.
but also as a person.
Mhm.
And every single one of the calls that we go on and that we use and we do all these
Mhm.
things is that this job can make you a better person.
Yep.
And this, I guess, life can make you a better person.
Yeah.
If you allow for it. If you
Yeah.
go into all of these calls and and we all tend to do this at work,
Mhm.
no matter what our job is. We go in and we say, "Oh, today sucks. Today, gonna blow. It's gonna be a hard day." And like
Yeah.
I said, we all do it.
Yeah.
I do it sometimes. I'll probably do it when I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if we also look at it as an opportunity to build upon ourselves,
Mhm.
or even as an opportunity to say, hey, maybe I'll meet, my best friend.
Yeah.
Maybe I already have a best friend. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
have a second best friend.
Yeah.
Whatever the case is, just if we can look into things as opportunities or opportunities to at least just learn, I think
Mhm.
we can better that. And that,
Yeah. In a similar vein, my dad had it was almost like a little throwaway thing that he would do while we
Yeah.
were growing up. And I bet he has no idea
Yeah.
of the impact that it made. But like every time a problem arose, right?
Yeah.
Like he would go, "Oh, we got another opportunity." Like
Yeah.
I got an opportunity for you, Zach. And
Yeah.
it was like it was always something that was going to be difficult. Let's be real. It was a problem.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
But like
yeah.
it changed the framing.
Yeah, it completely does. Like
Yeah.
I remember I used to work for Xbox customer service years and years ago. And that brings its own amount of stories. But one of the things that working there that they didn't want you to do is that you couldn't call anything a problem.
Yeah.
You have to call it an issue.
Yeah.
Because they said that whenever you call something a problem, it put a
Mhm.
negative spin on it, and the person was already upset with you.
Yeah.
When you call something a problem, but as an
Mhm.
issue, it could be something that could be easily worked through,
Yeah.
or something that at least has like sort of a solution to it. And so
Yeah.
they were like, let's do it that way, which I
Yeah.
always felt was annoying, but
Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, just to get back to the purpose of what
Yeah.
we want to do with the podcast, we want to reframe it.
yeah, definitely.
We want to
Yeah.
reframe the way people like see their own experience, and not to change what they're experiencing, but like just to see if we can look at it a different way and find
Yeah,
maybe you can find a solution from a different angle.
Yeah, or
like-
to and to I guess even sort of in a sense to live in it.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to I don't remember who it was, somebody about this, but I think one of the things is we're so busy trying to escape
Yeah.
everything,
Mhm.
and it's become basically our whole that's the whole point of social media,
Yeah.
is so that we don't have to,
Mhm.
or most of social media
Yeah.
is that we're not having to live in our actual lives right
Yeah.
now, and we get a break, and then we
Mhm.
end up being in that break for forever.
Yep.
But now, this is something that can let you know that well, for one,
Mhm.
it's temporary.
Yeah.
But also, again, but we can live in it, and how to maybe how other people have navigated living in
Right.
it, so that help us be
Mhm.
able to live in it and then through it.
Another one of our passions,
Yeah.
like is movies
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely movies.
and game.
Yeah.
there will be quite a bit of conversation about movies and games. And
Oh
TV
yeah,
shows.
yeah.
Like, probably a lot of that is probably gonna be more short form content.
Yeah.
I
think that's one of the things that we were talking about that we were wanting to move into also is a little bit more short form content. So maybe even responding to some videos or some questions that some of the people might have out there.
What I would love is to have a big enough viewer base where like people are submitting questions that they have.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I would much rather.
Those are my favorite kind of videos, to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Then look at someone else's video and like, respond to that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because like I said, I love even now going to Reddit and then just reading the wild replies and stuff to people, and honestly, how open people are when they don't think that people are ever going to meet them.
Oh, dude.
And then and I sometimes think like, I wonder if I know this person, because like sometimes you'll read one, it's like that's like a person I know.
Yeah,
like it's like
that story sounds too familiar.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I should know this person, or maybe I do. It's like But yeah, and I think that would be a really cool way. And then again, that would be getting back to the community part of it. Also, and just being able to interact with you and you guys interact with us, and maybe even start trying to incorporate other things, and maybe even ideas that you guys have that we could, hey, you could do this instead.
What would be awesome is do like live call-in shows.
Oh
like,
yeah. Dude. Man, I watch some of those. Those are wild. Those are always wild. But that would be fun. That would definitely be pretty fun.
Yeah. But to kind of wrap this topic up, we as we move into this, like I don't want people to come in and agitate or demean other people. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like this is gonna be a place where we set aside our differences and we enjoy each other.
Yeah. And and that's the thing too, and I think for us too. But we come from a similar background, obviously, a similar hometown. Or not the exact same hometown.
Different neighborhoods.
Yeah, different neighborhoods, but exact same hometown. But sort of like we might come across a certain way a lot of times. But we're definitely not meaning it to be demeaning.
Yeah.
And if we ever do seem like that, we would definitely love to be able to get sort of replies to be like, hey, that's an insensitive or an incorrect way of coming across with that and stuff. And we'll try to cater to that, but at least for me, I don't know about speaking for you, at least for me on that one, it's like sometimes I will cater to people, but at some point too, we can't pander too much to that.
We can't pander.
Yeah.
Like I want people to understand that we truly do want the best for people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, but we can't.
And it looks differently than some people might think it is.
Yeah, and I just want people to feel safe to say what the problem is. Without people getting angry or
and I don't want people.
Mean. If you're coming for like if you got real questions, like we'll answer them to the best of our ability.
Oh, absolutely. And I think we'd be able to moderate it pretty well enough that some of that stuff won't happen, especially with the people that we come in and interview or have people interviewed by, is I think we'd be able to stop a whole lot of that. But I don't feel like that's going to be much of an issue, but it is the internet. So the internet's going to bring its own difficulty. So
100%. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all listening. And we're going to have a lot more content coming out soon. We're in the process of recording several videos and trying to get those edited and trying to make sure that it's, normal, like it's coming out on a regular basis.
Yeah, we don't really have a set number or what we're exactly trying to come out with right now, but we are trying to get it so that it's very regular. Yeah, and that like he was mentioning earlier too, that a lot of the content's more fun and then instead of informational based. Yeah, because as people too, that's how both of us are. We're just super laid back and super, just I don't know, just silly, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I hate using that word because it makes me feel ridiculous, but it just like that. We want it to be that way, and we want it to be like not just informational. We want it to be videos that you can interact with, that you'll share with your friends. Yep. And that you guys can have a good laugh with, no matter what it's going to be.
Yep. And hopefully spark some interesting conversations.
Oh, definitely.
Especially over
that's
movies.
All we do too. Honestly, is we have because really again, I guess just getting back to it is just like I think part of the problem is that we don't realize just how not okay everybody.
Yeah.
And we're looking on the outside in,
Mhm.
and we're thinking that some of these people that are looking like they're okay are not okay.
Yeah. And just know you're not alone. Well, guys, I really appreciate it, and hope to see you in the chat.
Yeah, it'll be fun.